Welcome to the GROG SHOP. Feedback. I haven't heard that in 6 months. Oh, I have to take the mask off or I'm going to get feedback. Okay, everybody. We are at the second show of our 5-show Wednesday Songs and Stages stream. I hope you can see this live. We are experimenting with live streaming from different venues. So this is at the GROG SHOP, and on 2 weeks from Wednesday, 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to be at the Bop Stop, and 2 weeks from that, we're going to be at the Happy Dog, and then 2 weeks from that, we're going to be back at the Beachland. And we are doing this with Northeast Ohio Music Relief musicians, who we've helped fund through Cleveland Rocks Past, Present, and Future. So we're focused on the GROG SHOP, and we are helping them raise money. So if you go to the GROG SHOP, you can help them by supporting with an IOB. It's a $3,000 match. So if you can donate, this is going to help save our stages in Northeast Ohio. So we are just really honored, and we also need more money for the relief fund. I know Maura, I can hear Maura in the back of my head going, just talk about the relief fund. So you can also go to Cleveland Rocks Past, Present, and Future, clevelandrocksppf.org, and donate to the relief fund, because we still have musicians that are in need. But right now, I want you to hear some music, because we haven't heard that in a long time, right? And a lot of these people that are performing have had a 6 to 9 month break in playing music. So we're really honored to be able to help present and bring them back to these stages. So please welcome one of my favorite singer-songwriters who is really active in the music community and has booked shows and was starting to do virtual shows as soon as this shutdown happened. So please welcome Michelle Gaw.
Hello. I gotta plug my guitar in. Gotta take my mask off. All right, hello. How is everybody doing tonight? Good. I'm so happy to be here. As Cindy just said, most of us have had a long hiatus from music, and this is the first time I've played on a stage since March, so however many months that is. And it feels really weird, so I'm going to do my best and, try to feel like it's the old days, because I've never felt this uncomfortable on a stage before. I guess it's because, for the last 6 years, I never went 6 months without being on a stage, so it's really good to be here. I'm going to start. I'm calling on you to answer me, to hear me out. Got me in the race of my own disaster zone. Soothe me in the sinking of my crumbling home. Begging you to pull me out. You've got the strength to do it. Hold me high above you. Been drowning in these waters. Show me what you're doing. Need a lighthouse in the dark. Ooh, you souls got the soul. answer me, to hear me out. So down for so long, keep me hanging on. So blue without you, need a lighthouse in the dark. Ooh, your soul's got the sun in its pocket. Ooh, your soul's got the right thing going on. My soul wants peace, wants a piece of yours. Ooh, 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 Cutling, I'm calling on you. Thank you. Well, I guess the most embarrassing thing that can happen when you're singing already happened, so at least that's out of the way. Let's see. Thank you. It's really good to be back here with these lights shining in my face. My eyes are like watering because I'm not used to it anymore. So thank you guys for tuning in too from home, and for those of you that are here. Forgiveness, forgiveness is not running away. It's not crumbling. No. Growing is riddled with pain. It stays that way. And I've heard it before, and I hear it again. I don't know what my purpose is, but I don't wanna hang from this bridge. Tell me where the answer is. Power is not in your hands. It's in demand. Yeah. Mercy is the stepping stone, but I feel so alone. I feel alone, and I've heard it before, and I hear it again. I don't know what my purpose is, but I don't wanna hang from this Thank you. All right. Let's see. I'm going to tune up a little bit. Once again, my name is Michelle Gaw. I'm very happy to be here at the GROG Shop tonight. It's been a long time since I've been here, and it's so good to be back. I want to thank Cleveland Rocks, past, present, and future, and the GROG Shop for having me tonight. Kathy, Cindy, Maura, everybody involved in the sound and tech part of it. This has been an interesting thing we've had to get used to, and I think it's funny because in the beginning when I was so gung-ho and like, let's do virtual shows and virtual shows CLE, I had no idea how to do the tech stuff at all, and it's been a huge collaborative event to make it happen and what it was and what it's evolving into now. So let's see. I'm gonna put my pick down for a minute. All right. So I'm gonna play a song that I didn't write too many songs during the lockdown, but the few I wrote I like and I want to play out, hopefully, if I get to play out more. And this one, I wrote this one probably at the end of March, and it was when, or maybe the beginning of April, or the middle of April, I really don't know. It all blends together, it's all the same, it doesn't really matter what month it was, I guess. It was sometime during the intense lockdown where we were staying home, the stay-at-home order, and I started thinking, I don't know, I was really content. I have a great roommate, I have beautiful cats, I have a nice little apartment in Lakewood with a lot of natural light, I have plants, I have a lot of things in my house, and then I started thinking about how even though I can't really experience too many new things right now, like socially and in the world, I can, look back on all of the things I have been able to experience and, good times I've been able to have, and that comforted me in that time. So this is called Everything I Need. In this house I've got windows propped open with wooden spoons, put to good use. In this house I've got plants overflowing in makeshift pots. There's quite a lot. I've got everything I need with me. Everything I could ever need is here with me. In this mind I've got memories sweeter than clementines, precious times. In this mind I can see all of the warmest smiles. It's been a while, but I've got everything I need with me. Everything I could ever need is here with me. I've got everything I need with me. Everything I could ever need is here with me. In this heart I've got love that can't be drowned by biggest tides. It's too alive. In this heart I can see all of the best in life. All the way through the night I've got everything I need with me. Everything I could ever need here with me. I've got everything I need with me. Everything I could ever need is here with me. Thank you. Let's see here. I gotta space out the pandemic songs. They're kind of sad. Let's see here. It's crazy because I'm sure many musicians feel this way. If you, I don't know, first of all, 2020 doesn't feel like anything that happened before March is kind of just doesn't feel like it counts. Like, if you accomplished anything before March, it doesn't feel like it matters. And lucky for me, my band, Mimi Arden, we released an EP February 1st. And we had this wonderful show at May Halls. We had a really great crowd and a lot of support, and it was a beautiful night. And I look at the pictures now, and it's I don't know, it doesn't feel like it happened this year. It doesn't feel like it counts, and not in a depressing way. I guess it can't not be depressing, but it's not depressing in the sense that it was still a really great, experience and everything, but it just, I'm gonna tune them again, but it just feels like so long ago now. And we were hoping to go on tour, and we saved some money from that, and we were excited to do a lot of stuff, and we've been talking about hopefully trying to get back in the studio, but it's kind of a bummer when you do a new release and this kind of follows after it, but it was still a good time. And I'm going to play a song from that EP now. And our last show was March 6th at the Beachland Tavern. Yay the Beachland. I miss the venue so much, and it's so nice to just be on a stage. I can really, it's still kind of surreal right now, so, all right. This is from our EP, Greed. To break, snap them yourself. Don't wait for the devil to come. Open the gates, don't tell. No one's gonna do you dirt, so you better get hard. Truth at large. Learn to survive on your own. Don't be afraid to die alone. Learn how to love no way. Oh, spinal twist, oh my God, tell me how do you live with yourself? Deep fried cigarettes, no more backburn, no more hiding on the shelf. Coming out to play, come on, I thought you liked to fuck with me. No more green eyes, no more green lights, no more green. No more green. Don't look for the sugar coat, let it be sour. Don't look for an open book, just rip all the pages out. Don't look for a safety net, 'cause there's no one around. Don't look, 'cause the wolves are here and they're gonna tear you down. Learn to survive on your own.
today alone. Learn how to love no one. Oh, spinal twist, oh my God, tell me how do you live with yourself? Deep breath, cigarettes, no more backburn, no more hiding on the shelf. Coming out to play, come on, I thought you liked to fuck with me. No more green lights, no more green lights, no more green. No more green. No more green. Thank you. It's funny, actually, because last May, I got this giant-ass cargo van. Like, I was ready for tour, and now I'm just that weird person that drives a cargo van everywhere. But I still like it. I mean, I think it's a great vehicle. I don't care if people don't think it's not an everyday vehicle. Yeah, it is. And, you know, when I first got it, a lot of my friends were like, that's like your everyday car. And I was like, yes. Like, her name is Miss Maneuver, okay? And she is, you know, I didn't want a white van for, I think, a lot of, you know, everybody knows the stereotypes with white vans. So I got a black van, and I got the windows tinted. And I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like the FBI or something, but... it's good. And, you know, it's like a throne. I mean, I love being that high up and I can see everything, and there's all this space above my head, and there's like a little shelf at the top. And, you know, even though we can't tour right now, I have room for, I fill up that, you know, big cargo area with just random shit, and it's great. And I really shouldn't have that much space in my car because I will just fill it with stuff. But so this song I wrote about some family members that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I feel like the message is still kind of relevant because it kind of is about like keeping up with people that you have really deep connections with, and you're just kind of keeping up with them through a screen because you can't be there. Separated from the blood running through my veins like oil and water. We're apples hanging from the same tree, except my stay has expired. You are the youth, the young fruit that I never got to be, and all this time robbed me of everything that I never got to see. Never got to see. All I ever wanted to do was be there for you. All I ever wanted to do was be there for you. All I ever wanted to do was be there for you. All I ever wanted to do was be there for you. Keep up through the screen where I watch you blossoming. I recognize those beautiful eyes, they're just like mine, except that we've grown up seeing different things. And I'm so glad that you didn't have to know the world through my window, through the rain, through the tragedy, through the tragedy. To do is be there for you. All I ever wanted to do is be there for you. All I ever wanted to do is be there for you. All I ever wanted to do is be there for you. You. Thank you, thank you. I have a few more. Do I have time for a few more? Yes? Okay, cool. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I wrote a set list, but I didn't write it in order, so I'm just kind of winging it. I have a cute one. Kind of lift the mood a little bit. Warning, corny love talking alert. So I'm going to. So I will say that I feel very fortunate. He might be watching right now. If you're watching, hi Matt, I love you. But I was very fortunate to have a loving partner through all of this, and his name is Matt. And it is weird. We started dating last October, so we're coming up on a year, and pretty soon here actually. And it's very weird kind of being in a new relationship in a pandemic. It's like it's been very interesting, but I feel like it brought us close in a lot of ways. And I wrote this song kind of when we first started talking, and I feel like dating before COVID, because I feel like COVID dating is probably a whole different thing, and I'm grateful I don't have to deal with that. Like, love to all you single people, but like, I was on dating apps and stuff, and I've heard stories. I can't imagine how hard that is right now. And granted, I was on dating apps for like 6 years, so that was hard too. It's hard in normal times too. But that being said, like, dating is just hard, and I wrote this song in the very beginning of our relationship when we had just kind of met. And I'm very crazy when it comes to everything, and I overthink things a lot, I think, as a lot of people do. And I wrote this song in the very beginning to just remind myself to chill and to not overthink so much. So, yeah. Stranger things in life have happened. Like the elephant to the blind man. Everyone says that nothing is as simple as it seems. But I want to believe, I have to believe that some things in life are easy, some things in life are easy, some things in life are easy. Some things in life are easy, some things in life are easy, some things in life are easy. Don't overcomplicate. Memories, invasive weeds you pull out of your garden. Don't blame your behavior on the past. Everyone says there's nothing is as simple as it seems. But I want to believe, I have to believe that some things in life are easy, some things in life are easy, some things in life are easy. Some things in life are easy, some things in life are easy, some things Some things in life are easy. Don't overcomplicate. Whew, thank you. All right, two more. I'm going to play another pandemic song. And while I'm doing this time, I will pick another topic to talk about. So I do want to say that, you'll see in a little bit these interviews that we did for Cleveland Rocks, past, present, and future, everybody in this series, talking about what life is like as a musician, kind of what it's been like during the pandemic. And it had me reminiscing about, the Cleveland music scene and what we have here. And it really is like so special. And I don't know how they edited the video, but I was definitely crying like a baby at certain points. And so you might be seeing me cry, but I was crying because it's just like, we have just a really good thing here. We have a really great community. I am so impressed and so honored to be a part of this community and how it came together during this time and how we haven't given up and how, we're still trying to make it work, even though it's the craziest thing that's ever happened, in most of our lifetime. So anyways, I'm really grateful. Like I said, again, I can't express that enough, for being here and for just like the amazing people in this community who are working so hard to try and keep the music scene alive here and continue to bring live music to music lovers and, doing it also in a way that, the people who are watching from home, you can watch and feel safe and comfortable in your own home. And I'm so excited to hear Liz Kelly, who's coming up next. I love her very much and appreciate her, and our paths have crossed in a lot of different ways, into school together and stuff. So I'm excited to hear her and hear how she's been dealing with all this stuff. So anyways, back to my song. This is my other pandemic song I'll play tonight, and I wrote this when, I went through a really long time. Like, I'm sure everybody kind of went through a lot of similar stuff, but I went through a very long period of time where I didn't pick up my guitar. I didn't want to think about music. I didn't want to think about, my band, nothing. And I was this is like the first song that came out of me in a while throughout that time. And I was thinking about how I used to be in a music venue like every single Friday and Saturday night, like whether I was playing or going to a show or, most days of the week too, with open mics and stuff, and just kind of how, music venues, especially in the Save Our Stages movement, is so important because music venues are, a safe haven for so many people. I can relate so many different, beautiful and horrible experiences in my personal life, and then going to, a venue and just kind of forgetting it all and just being there. So this is called Alone on a Saturday Night. It's been a long time since I've seen you. It's been a long time since I've called you. And I don't know why, but I keep isolating myself. And it's been a long time since I've seen you. But I've been alone every Saturday night, and I think that I've lost the bigger picture. Saturday night, but believe I wanna watch the flame grow bigger. Yeah, I wanna watch the flame. Remember being in front of all those people. Remember when they all screamed our names. Remember eating breakfast at 2 a.m. It was like we had a small taste of fame. But I've been alone every Saturday night, and I think that I've lost the bigger picture. I've been alone every Saturday night, but believe I wanna watch the flame grow bigger. Yeah, I wanna watch the flame. What am I doing? I've been alone every Saturday night, and I think that I see the bigger picture. I've been alone every Saturday night. I've been alone every Saturday night, and I think I wanna watch the flame grow bigger. I've been alone every Saturday night. I've been alone every Saturday night. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you guys so much for bearing with the little mess ups and kinks and all of that. You know, it's been a while, but I'm hoping that this helps me kind of get myself back out there and motivates me to not keep my head turned from, all of this, because it's really been hard, especially virtual shows. CLE kind of took a hiatus and is, evolving into something different. And pretty much ever since that, back in June, I haven't really been very involved in what's going on. So I'm going to play one more song. I'm going to end with the Michelle Gaw Mimi Arden classic, if you will. Thank you guys again so much. Thank you, Cindy and Maura and Kathy and Dave and Jay and John and everybody that's here tonight, Regis, and just everybody, Brandon. I think I got everybody. I'm sorry if I didn't. Yeah. James Carroll is here. Dawn is here. Liz Kelly is here. I can't see everybody else who's here, but thank you guys for being here. And I'm going to play this song, and then we'll get Liz Kelly up here. So thank you so much again. Is Wallace here? I dedicate this song to Wallace. He loves this song. He posted a video of it the other day from like 3 years ago, which I don't even know what he meant, but I appreciated him sharing it. The caption was something weird, but yeah. But I love you, Wallace. I don't know if you're watching, but I miss you. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Sometimes I just think good for nothing. The way that my hands contort into these shapes. The way my voice starts singing something. But you don't see it in that boring way. No. You tell me that you think that I am stupid, but not in the way that others mean. You try to convince me that you know all the rhymes and reasons to what kinds of better things that the world needs. Our music's one. Our music's one. Oh. If I'd expire tomorrow, like the last leaf on a sad autumn tree, ooh, I would have been happy to know you and your odd philosophies. Oh, you help me see dandelions instead of weeds. Oh, sometimes I just think that I'm a dummy for wasting all these years. The way I'm ringing oranges for money. You tell me that you think I should face my fears. You tell me that you think that I am stressed out, but not for the reasons that I should be. You tell me I got plenty to be happy about. The world's got so many goodies for me. Our music's one. Our music's one. Oh, ooh. And if I'd expire tomorrow, like the last leaf on a sad autumn tree, ooh, I would have been happy to know you and your odd philosophies. Oh, you help me see dandelions instead of weeds. You help me see dandelions when they should be weeds. You help me see dandelions. You help me see dandelions. Okay, thank you guys. I made it through it. Yay. Hopefully this is the beginning of many more times I'm on a stage in the near future. Thank you guys so much again for being here. Stick around. For Liz Kelly, continue watching live. Thank you so much.
We here at Cleveland Rocks Past, Present, Future would like to thank you for tuning in to the second live show in our Wednesday Songs and Stages series. Over the past months, we have been dedicated toward keeping the local music scene going with live stream shows from our Tower series, as well as efforts to extend grants and show opportunities to our local performing musicians. These Wednesday Songs and Stages shows feature 10 local artists performing at various venues in the Cleveland area. Our featured artists today are Michelle Gaw and Liz Kelly, and we got a chance to speak with them, as well as the other 8, about their experiences weathering the storm of shutdown.
Hi, my name is Michelle Gaw. I'm a singer-songwriter from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm in the band Mimi Arden, and I love our city, I love our music community, and I'm happy to be sitting here at the Beachland Ballroom today.
I'm Elizabeth Kelly. I am a singer-songwriter living in Cleveland, Ohio. I front the band The Village Bicycle here. I play guitar and write songs, and I sing for them. And I love Cleveland, and I love Cleveland music.
Our team at Cleveland Rocks Past, Present, Future is centered around the Beachland Ballroom and Tavern, but we have partnered with several other local venues, the GROG Shop, the Bob Stop, and the Happy Dog, in order to not only bring our viewers content from different locations, but also to support the local venues and keep them moving forward. But who exactly will you be seeing on these stages? Please allow the musicians of this series to introduce themselves.
I'm Kyle Kidd. I am a Cleveland native, and I believe that Cleveland rocks.
My name is Jenna. I'm a Cleveland-based artist, and I play guitar and sing and write in a band called Nights.
Hi, my name is Latoya Kent. I'm a singer-songwriter. I live in Cleveland, Ohio.
Hey, I'm Austin Walkenkay, and I play blues around town.
I'm Brent Kirby, and I'm a songwriter, musician from Cleveland, Ohio. I play with my own band.
My name is Davidion Pearl. I'm a Cleveland area musician, a touring musician, and a freelance travel writer as well.
Hey everybody, I'm Ray Flanagan. I'm here in Beachland with Sorriness. Now that I've been here, I feel all kinds of emotions.
Hi everybody, my name is Rob Hubbard. I'm the founder, drummer for Hub's Brew. It's my main gig.
Wednesday Songs and Stages is part of an effort to fill these empty venues with music once again. While we obviously can't pack them full of people like we used to, we are currently making efforts to open up safe distance attending options that would allow some patrons to view these live performances in person. Stay in touch for details on our Facebook page and at clevelandrocksppf.org. If we can make it possible, we would love to host you. Despite these hardships, our local musicians remain optimistic about the future of local music.
Because we're unable to gather, I've been able to find some new things within myself as a solo artist and a solo performer. I've been writing a lot more just for myself instead of writing for a band. You know, I have a band, I love the band, I've been with the band for a long time, but I've always kind of had a mental block on my solo work. And so just even having the space and the based around the necessity of it all, of not being able to be with the band or play shows, I've been able to kind of explore that side of my creativity, and that's actually been pretty fruitful and pretty eye-opening as far as what my abilities are there and how far I can take that and how I can actually turn that into pretty viable outlet for myself. So it hasn't all been bad.
I feel like it is important to say for me, like, it's gonna be like the sad part. Like, I genuinely feel like I, within the last 6 months, have been like experiencing like an identity crisis. Like, it's really like, and I feel like a lot of people have, you know, like trying to figure out like this is your life, and like now you can't like live your life in the same way. And that like really, I mean, it's like, it's genuinely been an identity crisis.
So I think that the separation of just being around people was difficult. Just being able to say, like, I'm gonna go to
now that's class and have a drink, and all my friends are going to be there, and I can talk and I can share, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I'm reading, or you can put on your new shoes or whatever you have going on, and all of that just came back.
And so what I started to see was people doing different things, but still kind of community-based. And I found myself missing some of those things, just the regular every week or every month, seeing the people, seeing my friends. That's my social time. I don't go out. I try to, but when you have kids and things, and you're working 5 nights a week and days too.
It has taught me to be still, something that I was really struggling with before because I was so caught up in trying to keep going. And, when you're a full-time artist, you have to always be ready and on the go. And when someone calls, you just go. And so I've been able to be still, and I've been able to go back into some of the old things that I used to appreciate and love that kept me a well-rounded person.
The positive thing that I see with all this is that, and it's like a bittersweet positive, is that we all are going through the same exact thing in whatever varying degrees together. So whatever happens on the other side of this, we all have this now shared experience that we all understand, and however it affected us.
I think a huge part of the draw to the live streams is first off just the connectivity and knowing that that person is there with you and you're all there at the same time, and you do feel that sense of community in a way. And it can be like a cheap substitute, of course, for the community that comes from an actual show, but you still know that these people have gathered to experience something together.
And sometimes I still, I really do miss the live performances. Like if I go back to my screaming room days, when we do a concert and everybody's like, well, how do we get this in? I said, we just have to go we back in the basement practicing, you know what I'm saying? And that was a challenge at first, but we started getting used to it. But it is what it is now, 6 months strong.
And in fact, that was one of the things at first that was terrifying to me, was that idea of accessibility. It's like when you have, when you're in the GROG Shop, or when you're playing at the Peachland, or wherever you're playing, there is a limit. There's a limit to how many people can come in the doors. Not that there are many times when I've reached that limit personally, but there is one. When you think about the limitlessness of the internet and the vastness of the internet, it feels a little overwhelming. It felt at first like anybody. My Aunt Betsy, who lives in Massachusetts, can tune in, or somebody halfway around the world could tune in.
But I think the impact of COVID was, I always felt like I had been running a marathon with my hands for the last 30, 35 years, just constantly playing. I took a break. I didn't touch my guitar unless I was pretty much doing one of those weekend shows on Saturday or Sunday, or here. So I mentioned Dairy Queen twice, so I should probably talk to everybody about it.
One thing that really struck me, and I think it was in April, maybe early May. I had hugged a friend. I was at the drum circle in Edgewater, and I went in for a hug, had my mask on and everything. And then it dawned on me. I said, wow, I've had 4 hugs since this whole thing began. And I used to not really be one that really thought about human touch and so forth until that well ran dry, right? And then it struck me. We've had pandemics before, but not on this level, where the world pretty much stopped hugging for several weeks, right? And when you go back into the origins of the Homo sapien, and before then, the early, even earlier hominids, they always held each other. Before fire, you're holding each other because, tigers, saber-tooths, or whatever can see, wild dogs. They can see you, smell you, and your senses just basically just hold each other, right? And so when you think about it, this had really been the first time in about 2.5 million years that we just put the pause on hugs and the human touch.
So far, we have collected over 6 hours of interview footage featuring our local artists, and as you can see, they've got a lot to say. If you would like to get involved in supporting, you can visit our website, clevelandrocksppf.org, and click on the Donations tab, where you can then choose to donate to the Wednesday Songs and Stages events or to the musicians directly through the Northeast Ohio Music Relief Fund. We would like to take some time to thank a few of our sponsors: Evergreen Podcasts, Gotta Groove Records, Visible Voice, and the Ohio Arts Council. Once again, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the rest of the show.
Just smack it. Yeah, that felt good, actually.
That's fine. I don't need one. I can introduce myself. Yeah. I will do that. I will. What do you want? Do you want me to like? There's links below to donate, and then there's also the IOB campaign that's helping the GROG. Okay, Northeast Ohio Musicians Relief Fund. Northeast Ohio Music Relief Fund, and the IOB GROG Shop. IOB GROG Shop. See the links below in the feed. Right. Yeah. Also, Cindy said when I got up there, if I was going to get up there, that I had to call you a badass. So I think you should include that in your description. Okay, I will. Thank you. Sure, that's totally fine. I might need. You were a stage manager, right? I might need a line. Can I call line? Were you? Yeah. Okay. Hi, hello everyone. Hi, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Liz Kelly. Thank you. This is so special. This is a little overwhelming in a good way. I want to thank the Northeast Ohio Music Relief Fund. Can we give it up for that? And I don't know where my camera is, but if I had a camera in front of me, I would look directly into it and say, there are links below for you to donate. There are links below for you to donate. And the IOB for the GROG Shop as well. Please make sure that you're donating to your local music venues so that and I know that I sort of preach this a lot when I do my live streams, but we have to make sure that our musicians and that our music venues stay alive through this. So in order for us to do that, unfortunately, we don't have outside help. It's on us. So please, if you have it in your pocketbook, give it to musicians and music and the music venues that help us create music and community. So, thanks. Also, apparently, so this is my microphone, and in order to avoid cross-contamination, I'm introducing myself, but it was relayed to me that I should call myself a badass. So I'm a badass, apparently, and so I'm going to do my thank yous in a minute. I'm going to get started here, so I'm not overloading you at the top here. So a lot of these songs are new songs, and I really appreciate everyone's support tonight. And thank you to Michelle. I'm going to start with one thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle, you are amazing and also a badass. It is incredible to know you and to share the stage with you tonight. Thank you. Oops, hang on. Yep, already starting off with a bang. Da-da-da-da. I want to get this in front of me because I screwed it up earlier. This is a song called 165 Days. of islands fortified in a decent rental in Cleveland. Time was I would have chased a reason to stay out. Now I ain't leaving. And I tell you I won't ever be the same, and you believe it. It's time to put your dreams to bed now. Escape is fleeting. It's time to empty out your head now of all you are needing. The summertime is thinning out. The shadows are getting longer by the minute. We are marching dutifully toward winter, and soon we will be in it. It's time to put your thoughts to bed now. You won't regret it. It's time to empty out your head now. Best to forget it. My voice trying to sing over the noise. How can anyone hear anything when everyone is screaming? Everyone is screaming. Everyone is screaming. Everyone is screaming. The American September sky, blue as the bluest eye, stretches out over everyone. The air is heavy with unanswered prayers. They're in my mouth and clothes and hair, sticky like black tar and chewing gum. And somewhere a baby's being born, whole and pure, shining like the sun. It's time to put away your sorrow. The future's bright. It's time to empty your tomorrows and tell yourself it'll be alright. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Thank you very much. So most of these songs were written in quarantine or during the past 6 months in the pandemic, which is why I don't usually need notes. But due to the very minimal amount of performing I've been doing, I do need some notes. So thank you for your understanding with that. Yeah, I have found that I take a lot of comfort in being an entertainer. That's something that I like doing. I like entertaining. I like giving people a lot of things to look at and think about, and a lot of ups and downs and a lot of dynamics. And in the past 6 months, I haven't been able to entertain, but I have been able to write a lot. And so I've discovered myself in a lot of ways as a musician, as a person who expresses themselves and processes things through writing music. And so it's the songs that I've come up with in the past 6 months are different than what I've created before, because a lot of times I was really taking entertainment into the equation, and now it's not so much that. It's much more about communicating and processing. So I don't know. if anybody can relate to that, but that's something that I really found. Great. Thank you. So this was a real early one, and a lot of these songs don't have titles. They just are, like adjective song. So this is Tree Song. It's a noun, actually. Noun song, tree song. The rain came today to wash our sins away. And though it's raining still, sinners we are all, and sin we always will. There's a tree outside my window. It's the nearest thing to God I'll ever know. And I guess I pray today, kneeling in the rain. There's a tree outside my window. It's the nearest thing to God I'll ever know. And I guess I pray today, kneeling in the The rain came today to wash the skies in shades of gray. Then slow the sands of time. Blessed are the sinners in the space between the lines. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I'm just gonna go right on to the next one. I'll talk a little bit more later. I also, maybe I'll talk now. So I do want to thank Cindy. I want to echo Michelle's sentiments that this is a really special thing that we're able to do here tonight, and I don't know that there are any other places, any other organizations that would support us like this in any other city in the country. It feels like Cleveland is so blessed and so fortunate to have such powerful and motivated advocates to help us continue, musicians and music venues continue to survive during the worst time in all of our lives. So I really thank you so much to Cindy and to Kathy and to everybody involved on the board. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my soul. Thank you. Thank you. So this is a song called Weight and Gravity that I do with my band, The Village Bicycle, that you probably haven't heard. You've never heard The Village Bicycle do, so, you know, just wait. Just you wait. I'm hiding from the ghost of my potential. It's been haunting me for weeks, can't get no relief. Every morning it emerges from my coffee and walks me to the door and kisses my cheek. And my mother said she doesn't understand me, that she wishes she had done better by me. I slip into a daydream on my way to nowhere, just in time to miss the brakes, hit the tree. I always thought that drifting into the void of space was the most terrifying way to die. As we sit watching TV and my phone becomes my face, chasing the dragon, too stoned to get high. And I'm doubling down tonight, I'm drinking wine just so I don't forget how good it feels not to feel anything. And as I drift into the void of space, I think it's not so bad. It's just like passing out, it's just like sleep. I met a girl who had been shipwrecked long ago. She stared at the horizon till it was reality. Her eyes were stories stolen by the unforgiving sun, magnified 1,000 times by the sea. If I had but one regret, she said, it's that I never thanked the ocean for leaving the rest of me. My vision's so much clearer now, without the noise of daylight to prevent me from hearing myself speak. And as I drift back down from Earth to space, I think I understand the difference between weight and gravity. Thank you. I'm gonna turn. Can I get a little bit more guitar in the monitor? Thank you. So there's a. So yes, I was gonna tell you something, but then I changed my mind. I'm not gonna tell you. If you want to know, you should ask me. Ryan Mans, should I do Birdsong? I've never done it. Yes. Thank you. I don't know. Where's my husband? Is he? Oh, I see you. All right, I'm going to turn the guitar up a little bit on the guitar, and I'm going to do a song that I am uncomfortable with. But I'm going to try it because, again, this is my first opportunity to do so in many months. Although I did have the opportunity to play here at GROG SHOP at B-Side, which was really great, and they did a good job presenting music responsibly. So, is that still going on? Yeah? Okay. So B-Side, go to B-Side, check out some musicians. Okay, so this is called Bird Song. Again, noun song. The sun didn't rise on Easter morning. I was there with the summoners of the dawn. A wisp of nighttime smoke, listening to secret melodies. I slipped in through the back door to steal the bird song from the breeze. The spring is alive with seeds of promise. We are all rosy in the spring. If God is to be found, it's in the bulb that shelters life from snow, the whisper that signals it to grow. It's time to wake up now. It's time to wake up now. Thank you. Yeah, that one's really hard for me to play, so I never play it, but I'm happy to share it with you tonight. That was probably the first, well, Easter, right? So that was written on Easter morning. One of the very first of this pandemic group of songs. So this isn't part of that, this next one. This one was written for my husband when he was working in the service industry. And yeah, it was when he would be gone for late evenings and I would miss him a lot. Oh. So it's called Not Lonely, comma, Alone. I don't recognize my heart anymore. It's not that I'm lonely, it's just that I spend most of my time alone. And I'm not waiting for you to come home, but I can't wait for you to get home. I'm tired of getting high and writing stupid songs that don't belong anywhere. Why should anyone care that I'm going crazy listening to the metronome? Oh, I just wish, baby, that you would come home. Oh. I wasn't always this way. I've just gotta snap out of it some way or another. Who is this person? I don't know I don't recognize my heart anymore. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. And thank you to all of you out there listening. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. I'm gonna take just like a little sip of my beer here. Woo! Beer! Okay. Alrighty. So here's another very new one. This one is pretty straightforward. Yeah. I named it, I titled it, yeah, it's weird, right? I don't know where Michelle is because I can't see anything. I'm blinded. It's just, hi, I don't, oh, there you are. Now I do see you. It is weird to be up here after so long and to like remember what it's like to be completely blind to the audience. You know, like, yeah, there's just like an abyss in front of me, and then I can see John Neely. So I titled this song "The Pandemic Sads." And then I realized it was like such a missed opportunity for pandemic blues. like, it very much could have been pandemic blues, but it's too late. It's already pandemic sads. So, here we go. There's a pile or two of laundry waiting for doing. The dishes in the sink won't wash themselves, I don't think. But God, I'm so tired from all this sitting around. I'll get around to doing it somehow, some way, at some point today. Oh, everything feels bigger when your life has gotten so small. Even doing nothing is so much more than doing nothing at all. I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna go to the grocery. I'm gonna clean the house. But everything feels bigger when your life has gotten so small that even doing nothing so much more than nothing at all. The days all pass by in a haze, the hours drop one by one. Life is but a dream when all you do is trace the pathway of the sun. I'm gonna get something done today. I'm gonna get something done today. I'm gonna get something done today. I'm gonna get something done tomorrow. 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 Yes. So many days of Grey's Anatomy. So much, and then there was even a meme. Did you see the meme? It was like, I don't care how bored I get, I'm not watching Grey's Anatomy. And I was like, oh shit, I am. Okay, let's do another one of these. Also, I don't know, warn me if I'm getting close to time, I guess. I don't have my phone up here. I need to quickly, before I do this, I need to acknowledge Mara Rogers is here. Mara has, at least in my perception, been really the driving force behind a lot of what's been going on, or she's been behind the Cleveland Rocks Past, Present, and Future Artist Outreach. She is a person who I did not know before the pandemic, and who has become like a source of like comfort and resilience for me, and I think probably for a lot of other musicians too. So thank you to Mara for being also a badass and a wonderful human being. Yeah. So anyway, here's one. She does. Nope. All right. Sorry, everyone. You know how it goes sometimes. Being videotaped. everybody seems to know the way. And everybody's down on their luck, fighting just to get through the day. And I'm standing at the edge of a crack in the world and watching people hurl themselves in. And all the old gods are hanging around to reap the loss and gain the sin. And oh, it's a long way down. And oh, it's a long way down. And oh, it's a long way down. Lord of the Flies opened up its eyes and was pleased at what it found. Lord of the Flies opened up its mouth and raised this place to the ground. And oh, it's a long way down. And oh, it's a long way down. And oh, it's a long way holding up. Thank you. Thank you so much. That one, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think I need to explain it, right? Everybody saw the debate last night. Yeah, that's that. I am gonna do. Do you want to hear a very new one that no one has ever heard before that I might screw up? Yeah. Great. I'm on the line, man. I don't know how much more on the line you can be. So I think this is actually a nice one. This is actually written in the same day, and it's completely opposite. So if you can all direct your attention toward the back of the room. My husband is sitting back there. Wave, Ryan. Ha, 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 ha. He hates it when I do that. Oh, you're getting filmed. Oh, good. And so June 23rd was our 1-year wedding anniversary. Yes. And so this was a song that I wrote for him for our wedding anniversary. I've never performed it, ever. This is the only song in the entirety of the set that I've never performed. I think it's the only song that I have that I've never, ever performed in any capacity, so. Birdsong was, I think I performed it one time at a social distance fire. So it still counts. It's still a performance. I've never played for anybody. So I hope I hope that it goes okay. But I love you, Ryan. I am the ocean, and you are the moon. You are the sandy shore, and I am the dune. I am the wind, and you are the rustling leaves. I am, you are the falling snow, and I'm the long sleeves. And we will always find a way back together. As surely as the butterflies return in the summer, we belong with each other. I am the sunlight, and you are the day. You are the poet, and I'm the cliche. And we will always find a way back together. As surely as the stars and planets sing in harmony, you belong with me. With me, and I can play your music by heart. I know every note. You are a love song I wrote. I am the sky, and you are the earth. Sunshine and stars, and flowers and dirt. And we will always find a way back together. As surely as the purity of the morning dew, I belong with you. With Thank you. All right, so how about, this is a Village Bicycle song. And this song I actually wrote the night that our current president was elected. Yeah. So yeah, and it's not about what you think it's about, probably. Well, it is, but it isn't also. It's mostly about the effect that social media has had on society. This is a song. It's called Hive Mind. It's feeding time for the hive mind. The seed will multiply as it was designed. 'Cause if you want to survive, populate the hive. Populate the hive. It's feeding time for the ground slime. Eat you alive. Only a matter of time before your fruits have capsized. Then you will be sacrificed. Oh, then you will be sacrificed. Populate the hive. Populate the hive. Stick your hands in the honey, 'cause the monkey's always hungry. Keep the busy bees a buzzing. Populate the hive. Populate the hive. Then you will be sacrificed. Oh, then you will be sacrificed. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have 2 more songs. Do I have? That's perfect. Great. Okay. Okay. Great. Cool. I can say, Michelle already kind of broke the seal for this one. I can say bad words, right? I know. Right, I know. I don't know. That's fair. That's much better. I don't know. My little baby niece might be watching. Oh, shoot. Shit. I didn't play the song that I said I was going to play for her. I don't have time for 3, do I? No? 3? I can do that. Great. Perfect. Okay. I have 3 songs. So I'm going to start with her song. So my niece's birthday, she's turning 5 on October 11th. So this is a song that I wrote for her when she was 3 months old, before she understood it. And now she understands it and she requests it, and so I feel like I should play it for her. So happy birthday, Charlotte. I love you so much. And I don't know if you're watching, but if you are a light in my life. So it's called Charlotte's Song. made of electricity. You're made of water and electricity. You're made of the wind and the rain, the sun and the stars. And you share DNA with every blade of grass. You're part of a circle that's as ancient as the wind and the rain, the sun and the stars. You're made of electricity, you're made of water and electricity. Together, a miracle of biology. You're made of science and nature and music and light. And you have a unique set of fingerprints. You're the only you who has ever been on this earth, or in the sky, or in space, or in time. And I know that you don't understand these words yet. You don't understand life's improbability, your potential energy. But one day you will become who you're supposed to be. And when you do, remember how amazing it is to be one of a kind and still part of everything. You're part of everything. You're part of everything. Oh, you are Happy birthday, Tootie. Now, earmuffs. This is a song, it's called Fisted by the Man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And every single person in this room has had that experience. So, yeah. This is a Village Bicycle song. I can't actually really hear what you're saying, so I don't know how to respond. But it's so yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and start. All right, cool. Getting fucked by the fist of the man, burnt out and brought down and banged up. And I'm so tired of paying to ride this nightmare train careening straight to hell. I'm not young and I'm not pretty enough to be valued by society, but at least I'll always have this fist that wants to fuck me endlessly for the rest of my life. So let's get drunk at the grog shop and forget these old blues. The weekend was built on the backs of the wage slaves. But when Monday comes back around, remember that our daddies are wearing us as shoes. And the winds of our mama's past are ours to lose. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is going to be my last song. it really is a gift and an honor to be here. It's a pleasure to share the stage with Michelle, who, yes, our paths have crossed in many ways, and it just really, it's hard to express. It's hard to express what it's like to be up here after not being up here for so many months and having carried such a heavy burden with each other for so many months. I was listening to a Brené Brown podcast on my way over here, per the suggestion of a good friend, and she had a guest on, and her guest said, the heavier the burden, the stronger we become. And that resonated with me very deeply. And I hope that it resonates with you too, because I think it means that we can carry this, we can get through it, we can get through it together, and that we're gonna come out on the other side and we're gonna be okay. So this is my last song, and I love you all so much. And I love you too. And my heart is full. And thank you everybody out who took the time out of their evening to watch at home. It means everything. It means the world. Thank you. And I forgot again, I got to do this before I start it again and have to stop. So this is a song. It's called Mother Mercy. It's been a cold summer. The sun doesn't come to my window anymore. It's been a long year waiting for the blues to quit hanging round my door. Pass the bottle, Mother Mercy. Make the sun come shining in the dark, just in case we don't wake up tomorrow. Hold me now inside your loving arms. They say life is what you make it, and no one makes it out alive. GROG Shop, Michelle Gaw, everybody who contributed to this night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have a couple more of these to go. I think several.